Welcome back everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a pulled Christmas ham and smoked turkey breast. Alright, so we're going to do the Christmas ham first as that will take the longest, and we're going to use our pellet smoker to do the ham, so we'll get some pellets in our hopper. Then we'll shut our hopper lid, turn our pellet smoker on, and then we're just going to rotate this dial to select our temperature. For this cook, I'm going to hold it at around 150 Celsius or 300 Fahrenheit. Then that'll go through its preheating cycle and it'll take around 10 to 15 minutes to get up to temperature. Alright, and while our pellet smoker is coming up to temperature, we can prepare our Christmas ham. Now this one is ready to eat as it is, and all we want to do to get started is remove this skin. We want to leave a nice layer of fat on. And we might not even need the knife for this one because we should be able to just peel this skin straight off. Alright, that came straight off all in one piece. And now what we can do next is just score the fat in a nice crisscross pattern. And then we're just going to give it a nice light coat in some yellow mustard, which is going to help our rubs stick to the meat because we're going to season this up next. And then I want some sweet and savoury flavours on this ham, so I'm going to go down with a base coat of honey soy slammer, and I'm going to top it off with steak shooter. But if you've got another favourite rub for a Christmas ham, feel free to use that. Alright, now that's ready to go in the smoker once it's up to temperature. Alright, so we are now up to temperature, so we'll open our lid. I'll get a drip tray underneath where the ham's going to sit, and then we will get our beautiful ham on. And then we'll close the lid and let this start cooking away. So a normal baked Christmas ham is absolutely fine, but the thing I don't like about them is whatever glaze you use later in the cook, you only get that flavour on the outside. But with a pulled Christmas ham, you can pull the meat apart later on, and then you can add whatever liquid, sauce or glaze you want to use all through that pulled meat, and then that way you're going to get flavour in every single bite. So we're pretty much going to be treating this Christmas ham like a pulled pork cook. So what I'm going to do is just let it go for a few hours until it develops some really nice colour. So I'm going to let this go now and we'll check back in once we're a bit further into this cook. Alright, we're about an hour 45 into this cook. This ham is looking nice already. Obviously as heat rises, the hotter part of this smoker is going to be up here. That's why our colour is starting to get a bit darker up here. So what I'm going to do is just lay the ham down. And that way it's just going to stop the top of that ham burning. So we'll close our lid, give it another hour, and then we'll come back and check on it and potentially wrap it up. Alright, it's been another hour. This ham is looking amazing. I'm loving that colour. So just before we get this ham into a tray to wrap it, I want to make a quick liquid that the ham is going to sit in the tray. Alright, so into a pot we're going to add 2.5 cups of pineapple juice, 1 tablespoon of honey, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, the juice of 1 lemon, 1 teaspoon of ground cloves, half a cup of brown sugar. Then you just want to bring that up to a simmer, give it a good stir so it can all combine and dissolve. Alright, so once our braising liquid's ready, we're going to get our ham out, we're going to get that into a nice big tray, then we're just going to simply pour all of that braising liquid over and around that ham. Then I'm just going to quickly get an orange, get a few nice slices, get that in the tray as well, double wrap that tray in foil, get our thermometer in there, and get that back in the smoker to get nice and tender. Alright, so now our ham's wrapped up and back in the smoker. We're going to take it until it reaches an internal temperature in the thickest part of 205 Fahrenheit or 96 degrees Celsius. At that point, we're going to start checking for probe tenderness, and being quite a large half leg ham, around 4.8 kilos this one is, I reckon it's going to take another 3 or 4 hours to get to that point. So we'll let this ham keep cooking away and we'll check back in once we're a bit further into this cook. Alright, our ham's been wrapped up for around 2 hours now. Our internal temperature is sitting at around 185 Fahrenheit or 85 degrees Celsius. So I reckon we've still got another 60 to 90 minutes before we get to that 205 Fahrenheit or 96 Celsius. And then we still want to give it a good rest once it's done as well. So while that's happening, we're going to get a quick injection happening for our turkey. Super simple, 1 stick of butter, which is 250 grams, and 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. And all I'm going to do with this is get it into our smoker so that butter melts down so I can inject it into the turkey breast. While that's happening, we're going to set our smoker up for the turkey breast and also trim it too. Alright, so our drum smoker, we'll open our lid, take our cooking grate off, we'll take our heat deflector out, and because it's not a big cook, we're just going to half fill our charcoal basket. Then we'll get a fire lighter in there and light it up. Right, now we're working with a beautiful skinless turkey breast. This one weighs around 2 kilos. We just want to tidy any sort of fat up on it and just sort of get it in a nice uniform shape. So I might just get rid of this little thin end as well. And flip it over and do the underside. Alright, now that's looking pretty good. I reckon this butter will be melted now, so let's get this injected. Alright, now our butter is nice and melted. I'm just going to give that a good stir to dissolve all that garlic powder, and then we're just going to simply inject this turkey breast all over. I even want to make sure I get right in that tenderloin on the bottom. All right, now I'm pretty happy with that. We'll move it to a slightly drier part of the chopping board, and then we're going to season it up. I want to maintain a nice herby and garlic sort of flavour, so I'm just going to use my lamb layup, and we're going to give this turkey breast a nice even coating. Alright, now once our smoke is ready, our turkey breast is ready to go in. Alright, and now our charcoal's caught light nicely. We'll shut our lid, make sure both of our vents are open, then we'll preheat this barbecue to just below our target temperature, which for this cook is going to be 275 Fahrenheit or 135 Celsius. Alright, so our drum's all up to temperature. I've got our heat deflector in. I've got a nice bit of nectarine wood on for some nice subtle sweet smoke. And now I'm just going to shut the lid and we'll let this start to cook away. Alright, so that turkey breast, pretty straightforward. We're just going to smoke it until it reaches just below 165 Fahrenheit or 74 degrees Celsius internal. Then when we rest it, the carryover cooking will get it the rest of the way. And being around a 2 kilo turkey breast, I reckon we're looking at around a 90-minute cook here. Our ham's still got around half an hour to go, then we'll give that a good rest for an hour. So hopefully the turkey breast and the ham will be done at around the same time. So we'll let these two keep cooking away, and I'll check back in on this ham for probe tenderness soon. All right, so our ham has hit its internal temperature. So we'll get it out of the smoker, bring it to the cutting board and have a proper probe around. All right, so we'll take our wireless probe out and take this foil off. Oh, the smell coming off of that is amazing. All right, now we just want to probe around. That is feeling super tender. I am very happy with that. So I'm just going to let that steam off for a couple of minutes to stop that cooking process. Then I'll loosely cover it back over with foil and we'll give that a good rest for around 45 minutes to an hour or until this turkey's ready. All right, and after almost 2 hours into this cook, our turkey breast has hit temperature. We want it to be right around that 70 degrees Celsius at the moment, which is pretty much right on there. And then like I said, during the rest, it's going to carry over to that 74 degrees Celsius or 165 Fahrenheit. What I'm going to do now is just get this out. Seriously, how good does that look? Then I'm just going to get it into some foil. Then I'm just going to loosely wrap that up and then we'll let it rest for around 20 minutes to half an hour. All right, and while our turkey's finishing off resting, let's pull this ham. Look at that. That is just so soft. All right, and while we're pulling this apart, we can be adding all that beautiful meat to a tray. And then once all the meat's pulled, we can add some of that liquid in. You just want to start off by adding a little bit. And then if you think it needs more flavor, just keep adding it until you're happy. But seriously, look at that. So tender and juicy. All right, now that meat's pulled, we're just going to add a bit of that liquid we had that ham wrapped with. And we're just going to mix that through, have a taste. And like I said, if I think it needs more, then I'll add some more. All right, I'm just going to have a quick taste. God, that is so good, but I'm just going to add a little bit more of that liquid. Take out that orange that fell in there. Time for another taste. That is unbelievable. I guarantee once you try this, you'll never want to do a Christmas ham any other way. All right, and now this turkey breast. You can see how juicy that is. That butter injection has worked very well. So let's have a try. That is very tasty. But as good as that turkey is, I cannot get over how good that Christmas ham is. So there you have it. There's how to make pulled Christmas ham and smoked turkey breast. You can honestly do this all year round, but it's especially good for Christmas, obviously. I can guarantee once you've done the pulled Christmas ham, you won't do it any other way. It's the best way to get flavor in every single bite. So if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. But for now, that's the end of the video. So I hope you all have an awesome Christmas and I'll see you in the next video.